so you don't have to write anything down. Please just sit down and listen. Enjoy the proofs of God that He's given us every week. Alhamdulillah. So the 19th Emirp. The 19th Emirp is 359, and the Emirp of 359 is 953. So Emirp is a prime number that, when you're written backwards, is also a prime. Okay, so it's 953 happens to be the index of composite 1143, which is 9 times 127. Okay, so immediately that implies chapter 9 having 127 verses. Okay, in 3 bullets there. So 759 Gaussian Prime is 5347, and I discussed 5347 last time. We went through that entire analysis of this number. Okay, how the Surah An-Najm, the star, and 47, which is called Muhammad, how they're related in here, and how that whole idea of God taking Muhammad, the soul, into the above the 7 universes, how that actually happened, and God is telling us about it, that this was actually the truth. And so how this now is related to 9127. So last time we found out some facets of it. So today, 5347 prime equal to prime times prime 1 times prime 2 minus 2. So it's basically it's a prime that if you add 2 to it, you get a semi-prime. Okay, is 199 181. Okay, it's a rather large number, and so this number. So I underlined this whole thing because this is new information now. Okay. And so again, the next bullet, 199 181 is the 13,613th lonely prime. Again, new information. And so immediately after that, this index 13,613 happens to be the 548th lonely Gaussian Composite, and 548th Additive Prime is 9127. Again, we are back to 9127. And again now, 53 is about the revelation of the Quran. 47 is the person whom was chosen by God to do this task, to receiving the Quran and delivering to mankind. And that was Muhammad. Okay? And according to this, what God is telling us, He stresses this. He's telling us that that Quran, which was the pure Quran, before they added 2 verses, okay? I don't want to use the word pure, okay, because that is the Quran, period. The other one is not the Quran. That's something that's written up by people. And people can write anything they want to. We don't care. Doesn't matter. Okay? So, Quran was never changed. Let's put it that way. As we see from these numbers, Quran was never changed. That's what God says. Nothing can enter from the beginning or the end or whatever. Okay? From the outside, from the inside, nothing can be changed in the Quran. So, 548th Additive Prime is 9127. So I underline these 9127s here so you can see. Okay. Then we go a little bit further and we understand that. So these are from previous findings. Okay, so I'm just going to put them here so you can get the flavor of it. Okay, how deep this is. 798th Gaussian Composite is again 13613. And what is 798? 798 is the frequency of Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad in Surah 19. Can you imagine that? The longest string of initials in the Quran, which is chapter 19, 5 Arabic letters. Okay. Again, tells you that this number has to be 9127. So now let's go further a little bit. 658 composite is 798, and as you notice here, the 658, if you add the digits up, 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 8 is 19. So he says everybody is invited to listen to this. Even if you can add 3 numbers together, you are also invited. He's not excluding anybody. This is God's mercy. Now, 538 composite is 658, and 538 Non-Chen Prime is 9127. Okay? So we went through this system, and we told you this is the Quran that God is talking about. This is his prophet and his messenger Muhammad, who was deliverer of the Quran through God's system. And God creates a system. And a system that he actually dispatches messengers and prophets. With the prophets, he has scriptures that he delivers, and that's the person who delivered it. And so he gives him credit. And now this goes through, and the other thing is that 5347, the number of digits also adds up to 19. Aside from all of these advanced math that I'm discussing with you, that there is no solution to it. Okay? This entire system keeps saying that 9 is supposed to have 127 verses. That's how much God abhors mistakes. That's how he wants to expose those people who try to sell another book besides Quran. Remember, that's what they said. Bring us a different book that we can read. We don't understand this, what you're telling us. Okay, so they got another book. And they destroyed themselves by doing that. And again, those people who are still defending that are in the same boat, and they are going to be suffering the consequence of their defense of these kind of people who started the nonsense. So again, as I said, I underlined these 9127 so you can see them. Okay, and but you see the beauty of it. Okay, and as I said, God has counted the number of all things. We just discussed that. Okay, that he keeps tracking of everything. Okay, can you imagine that? So anyway, so let me go ahead and finish it, and we'll finish off.